You're training for longer time underwater at shallow dives compared to you going for that 10-minute and 30-second breath hold.
Yeah.
Is there a different technique you're using for these two different, I guess, methods? Like whether you're doing a static breath hold or a dynamic shallow dive, same technique, or they're different, or how do you prepare differently?
It's similar. So the CO2 tolerance, as I explained, is the number one thing for every discipline of freediving. Having a big breath hold is kind of the base of all discipline. So when you can hold your breath for 6-7 minutes, it's not going to be hard to stay underwater for half of that time. And if you can stay underwater for half of that time, then you can probably go quite deep. So static apnea is really like the ground floor, the easiest discipline. This is why we usually start every freediving course with that, with like, let's learn how to hold the breath, then we'll go do some laps in the pool and learn to equalize, then we'll go to the open water. After, there is different method of training, because to dive as deep as you can, you need to be extremely strong physically. So you need to lift a lot of weights, same for dynamic. You need to be very explosive, because the stronger your muscles will be, the less oxygen you will use for swimming. If you're a little bit weak physically, you're going to use a lot more effort to swim, horizontally or vertically. And in static apnea, this is where the path separate. We don't need to swim. So we usually cut an extreme amount of weight. This is like a big difference. Like I usually cut like 12, 13 kilos when I do.
When you're going for something.
When I'm going for 10 minutes, I usually cut.
And that's so you don't need to produce as much oxygen to the body's parts that would need that requirements while you're holding. And especially, I'm assuming there's certain parts that want to shut down, like your organs that are as well, that would be, starving for oxygen.
Yeah, all the organs need to be fed pretty well with oxygen. But the limbs, so your legs and arms, can get like constricted and they can go anaerobic. You give them as less oxygen as possible.
And if you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.